Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about The Flash. Remember The Flash?
It was gone in a flash.
It was gone in a flash. It was in and out of the public consciousness.
I think he's in. Oh, sorry, they're in and out of things a lot too.
Yes, that's what got them into trouble. Ezra Miller. We're going to talk about this because apparently this movie is going to be the biggest flop, the biggest bomb in all of Warner Brothers history. That is a very impressive feat.
Well, it was interesting because a lot of people I saw that were talking about it, they were saying that while I think Miller can act in some roles, that they said Miller was never Barry Allen. Like, no. not cast well at all is what they were saying.
So they said if the box office performance keeps up, it's going to lose Warner Brothers more than $200 million. $200 million. So let's talk about this. I don't even know if it's in. Is it still in theaters?
Hey, be fair though. They paid what, $500 million for their CNN Plus?
Yeah, and they just burn that to the ground.
I mean, they're just gonna burn money. They can just send it to me.
Please send money to
contact. Shout out at Clownfish TV.
Yeah, there you go, guys. Hey, Warner, send us $1 million and we'll tell you what not to do.
You're just burning money.
If you're just giving it away, you're just burning it, right? So let's talk about this. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe. For more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys, get a woohoo if you do. Woohoo. Go to clownfishtv.com for more objective pop culture news. We actually do have stories over there that we don't talk about in videos necessarily, but this I thought was pretty interesting. It was from a couple of days ago, but they said it's currently projected to become Warner Brothers' biggest flop in studio history.
Yeah,
Warner
like
Brothers
studio history. That's
history.
What gets me. Studio history.
So this is coming from The Direct, following an overwhelmingly positive word-of-mouth marketing campaign.
Yeah, they paid with actors like Tom Cruise and Stephen King. Yeah, who work with you.
Yeah, right.
They're not going to say bad things about it. I'm sure it was made clear that they needed to say nice things because their other movies are being bankrolled.
Remember when they told us this was like the best superhero movie ever made? There's never been a superhero movie as good as The Flash. Now, I don't think it's as terrible as some people have made it out to be.
The question, did Kevin Smith like it?
I think he did, yeah.
That was probably dog shit.
Well, because it had a cameo in it by spoiler. It had a cameo in it by Nick Cage as Superman, which was going to be his Superman.
But I'm like, if Kevin Smith loved it, then, you know.
That's how you know a movie's going to fail, right? If
Did
Kevin
he cry?
Smith,
Okay, that's the question.
I'm sure he did. But
it depends on which Kevin you get, you know, because it could be that Kevin, the other Kevin.
The other guy, right? Apparently, though, and we haven't talked about that, I don't think, but they're going to release a Joel Schumacher cut of Batman Forever, which is like a half an hour longer than the original version or something.
Really?
I don't know. Does anybody care?
I was just going to say, why does anybody even care now? I'm like, why?
Does anybody care? Apparently, they flesh out the backstory of Robin more, which, okay, anyway, whatever, nobody cares. So anyway, they said this movie earned less than $100 million at the domestic box office to date, and this was like a week ago, but still. Stumbling into the third weekend, The Flash is losing 1,500 North American movie theaters. I don't even think it's in theaters around here anymore. So box office...
Is it on streaming yet? Because I'm surprised if it isn't.
Transformers is, because I bought it already.
We'll have to watch that.
I want to watch it. We should watch it tonight.
D&D we have to watch too.
Yeah, we have that one too. So we're giving Paramount money. We
just don't have time to watch movies. Like, why didn't you go see the movie to review it? It's like, because we don't have time to go to the movie. Except for Haunted Mansion, I would definitely be there.
Yeah, that actually looks like it might be pretty good.
I have a Haunted Mansion problem. It's a thing.
Gonna be honest. Anyway, box office. Man, look at all these ads. Box office.
Ours is like that too.
Yeah, I know, but I got the ad blocker on. Can you imagine without the ad blocker? Box office analyst Luis Fernando observed that if The Flash's poor performance keeps up, it will lead the film to lose Warner Brothers more than $200 million. He mentioned that The Flash's hefty $150 million. I think it's more... $150
million to promote that thing?
Million. I think they're missing it.
Million. I mean million. But I'm just saying, they spent more... They spent that much because you didn't see many commercials. How much of that was the budget to keep Miller out of jail?
Yeah, right. So that just went to promotional. But no, he's got $150 promotional budget. $1 million, yeah. That is Elemental's promotional budget. But and they spent $17 million on a Super Bowl ad. They've never done that before. Like they were gonna make this movie make money come hell or high water, and it blew up.
We did the same thing with Little Mermaid too, and it's not gonna make the money.
So it's not even going to be recouped by box office earnings. Warner Brothers would have lost less money releasing it on Max or not releasing it at all.
That's just it. I mean, the same with the Batgirl movie. They should have just put it on
Max.
They should have just done that.
Yeah, if they had just dumped it onto HBO Max and kind of took the L on, I think people would have watched it because you would have had a lot of people that were Snyder fans or whatever. And I think because there really wasn't much else to watch, just be like, hey, push it to all your fans and say, look, the expense for this movie, we're going to roll that into the streaming side of it. And then you don't have to run all the commercials and all that.
No, but what they could have done was they could have run that for a few months. And if it didn't do well, like it didn't do in the theaters, then they could have said, oh, it didn't perform. So we're just going to take the right down and remove it.
Yes.
And then try to sell it to somebody else to put on their service. And you could have had your cake and ate it too.
Yep. So here's how it stacks up compared to other flops. Directly impacted by COVID, Wonder Woman 84 lost an estimated $137 million.
If you don't like rapey movies.
That movie was very rapey. That was a very piss poor.
It was a very. I like Wonder Woman. The first one was good, and then he did
first
that.
One was amazing,
like,
but yeah.
What the hell?
Second one was terrible. I mean, you want to talk about a movie I wish I could unwatch? A sequel that ruined the original Wonder Woman 84.
Yeah.
Like, I just wish I could unwatch that movie. $137 million it lost, but that was during COVID, so I'll kind of give you that one.
Yeah, because they couldn't put it in the theaters.
Right. The Suicide Squad, right? So the Suicide Squad was much, much better than the original. It was James Gunn. I'm like, it didn't do well at the box office. Why would you put James Gunn in charge of all of DC?
That is the question to me. I don't get it. I'm sorry. You might like James Gunn. You can like James Gunn. I don't get it. James Gunn is good at doing James Gunn type things. Yeah. But all of the DCU isn't a James Gunn type movie. Peacemaker, Suicide Squad. I know it's Marvel, but Guardians of the Galaxy. Those are things that I can see him doing. But now we're going to do Superman and other characters, and I'm like, they aren't one that I would put James Gunn on, because no offense to him, he seems to have like one type of film he does well.
Yeah, redneck superheroes.
And I'm just like, to me, I just thought that was thing. I was like, based on what?
Yeah.
I never understood that. You might like him, and that's okay. If you like him, cool. I'm happy for you. I don't hate James Gunn. I like James Gunn. I like stuff James Gunn does. I just don't think James Gunn is a good choice for leading up the DCU. Just like I thought, Ezra Miller was not a good Flash.
If you told me that James Gunn was doing a Lobo movie or a Deathstroke movie or something like that, I'd be like, yeah, that makes sense. Mm-hmm. That totally makes sense, but not Superman. So yeah, he lost a bunch of money on Suicide Squad. So of course you're going to put him in charge.
Right, that makes total sense.
Put him in charge of the whole thing. Two other flops were The Matrix Resurrections. I forgot that existed. I think I'm trying to purge it from my memory. That was terrible.
It was bad.
And Space Jam: A New Legacy.
Again, not good.
$130 million and $111 million. They are just Warner Brothers at this point is in the business of losing money.
Maybe
massive amounts of money.
Maybe Zaslav has dementia or something, and we just don't know it.
I have no idea. I was on board with him coming in, cutting costs, but the stuff that it didn't make sense for them to cancel Batgirl and let the Flash live. I could tell of the two movies, Batgirl I think might have actually done better because one, it was cheaper, and two, everybody knows Batgirl. Everybody knows Batgirl. Even if it's a shitty Batgirl, they know Batgirl.
Maybe another studio like Disney is paying him to fail. Maybe. And that might be a theory, except Disney doesn't have the money to pay him to fail.
They don't have any
They don't have that money.
So here are some other movies that flopped and didn't lose as much money as The Flash, and everybody thought these were terrible movies. King Arthur, Legend of the Sword, lost $150 million. Jupiter Ascending, that was a massive, massive failure. It lost $120 million.
I haven't seen any of these. I haven't watched, except for the Matrix one, I haven't watched any of these movies.
For comparison's sake, The Flash would be a crushing loss for Warner Brothers, a historic failure, even when adjusted for inflation, akin to John Carpenter. Remember John?
No.
And some people like John Carpenter. That's fine.
I've never seen that one either.
Because a lot of times, they had a thing with Mars movies. They didn't do very well. So John Carter and Mars Needs Moms both failed.
I guess my thing is, I don't have much time to begin with, and sometimes we don't have a lot of money. So I was going to spend that time or money. It was going to be on something that I actually knew I'd like. But I think that, a lot of this stuff does not look like something I would like, and I was right to avoid it.
So these are the biggest money losing films in Warner Brothers history. The Flash is number 1 at 200 million. King Arthur, 153. Wonder Woman, 137. Matrix, 130. Jupiter Ascending, 120. Suicide Squad, 120. And Space Jam, $111 million. They need to stop. Just fucking stop. And I'm sorry, James Gunn is not going to save Warner Brothers. It's not going to save the DCEU. I think people are getting decent Superman on TV now. They've got Superman and Lois, and then they got the new animated series, which some people like. Whatever. I don't care. I'm not really into that whole style. I haven't
got to watch it yet, so I don't know if it's any good. I didn't know what people expected when you're getting it from the people you're getting it from. But
yeah,
it could be good. I haven't got to watch it. I need to check it out sometime. It just to me, it looks too much like She-Ra, and I just don't want to watch it because of that.
Yeah.
So you guys ruined She-Ra.
It's got She-Ra's taint.
There's a taint, but it's not necessarily She-Ra's. Anyway,
are we gonna wrap this up? There we go, guys. Colossal failure. I'm gonna be honest. I thought the movie would do okay. I never thought it would fail as hard as it did. So, but summer's been full of surprises.
You know what's weird to me? We're talking about movies and people, and this could be the case too for a lot of people. Up until the pandemic, it was like you had to go see these movies, and I felt like that too. I have to see it. The FOMO was real. You had to see it. And then when the pandemic hit, and you could watch a couple things from home, you start out, I got to watch it, and then it became easier and easier and easier to not go to the movies, to not watch these films, to wait till it came out streaming, and maybe if you have time, catch it, in the background. It became less of you have to see it to, if I get time. And I think that has a lot to do with it too, because people just they know they can miss it and be fine. Like before, if I miss this, I'll regret it. And now they're just like, nah, it's fine. And then they get to a place where they just completely don't care anymore and don't even watch them at all. Same with, the shows on Disney Plus, for the Marvel and Star Wars. It's like you get to a place where it's like, I would never have missed it 3 or 4 years ago. And now I'm just like, don't care.
Yeah, no, I think so. I think people's viewing habits have changed. It has to be something really, really special to go to the theater.
I'll go to the Haunted Mansion.
Yeah, you'll go for the Haunted Mansion. I don't know how many other people will go for the Haunted Mansion.
I don't think a lot. I mean, our kids want to see, I know one wants to see, they both want to see Barbie and one wants to see Oppenheimer.
Yeah. So we will see. We will see what happens with those movies anyway. I think they'll all do better than The Flash, right? So we're going to wrap it up. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We'll talk later.
Bye.
Help support the channel. Go to thereef.support and get early access to podcasts, videos, and other content. That's thereef.support.